Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're digging into a book called Psycho-Cybernetics, and it's built on one massive idea. Success doesn't start with what you do, it starts with what you think. Honestly, this concept could completely change how you tackle, well, pretty much every goal you've ever had. So let's break this down by looking at two totally opposite mindsets. First up, you've got the Jeffrey mindset. This is that little voice in your head that says things like, oh, I can't start a business, I'm still in school, or I can't go to the gym, I'm not strong enough yet. You see the problem? It's a mindset that just keeps you stuck. But then you have the Adonis mindset. This person does the exact opposite. They see success in their mind's eye first. They act as if they've already got it. They get that the real battle is won in your head. I mean, we've all heard this, right? The common wisdom is that you have to land the big promotion, or finish that huge project, or make a ton of money. And then, and only then, you'll finally feel successful. We're wired to believe the external result has to come first.
Well, this is where Psycho-Cybernetics just flips the whole script. It argues that this traditional way of thinking is the exact reason so many of us feel stuck. We're out there chasing results that just never seem to come because our internal programming is literally fighting against us every step of the way.
Okay, so section 1, your self-image trap. Let's really get into why we get stuck. And it all boils down to this powerful and often invisible force, our self-image. So your self-image, think of it like the operating system that's always running in the background of your mind. It's the deep down belief you have about who you are. And here's the crucial part. Whatever that operating system believes is true, your body and your actions will work around the clock to make it a reality. If your self-image says, I'm not good with people, guess what? You'll act in ways that prove that's true. Now, the author, Maxwell Maltz, says something pretty shocking. He argues this self-image isn't even built on facts. It's built on a kind of hypnosis we went through as kids. The point is, we weren't born with these limiting beliefs, they were installed in us. And just think about it for a second. These tiny little events from years and years ago can install these really deep beliefs that we don't even know we have. A parent yelling at you for spilling something might install the belief, I'm annoying. A teacher's casual remark could install, I'm not smart. These experiences become the actual code for our internal operating system. So you really have to ask yourself this tough question. All those early experiences, they've conditioned you. So what core beliefs might be running your life right now, completely without your permission? It's a little scary to think about, but you have to. All right, section 2, mind before success. So we've seen the problem. Now let's talk about the solution, which is actually super simple, but also really profound. You have to change your mind first. That's the shortcut. And this is the key takeaway right here. You have to update that internal self-image first. You just can't go out into the world and expect different results while you're still running that same old loser software in your head. It doesn't work. But once that internal picture changes, the external success, it almost follows automatically. And the best part is, now that we know our minds were conditioned, often in a negative way, we can actually take back control. We can consciously choose to install new beliefs. We can literally positively hypnotize ourselves for the success we want and just overwrite that old, unhelpful programming. All right, section 3 is the visualization engine. Now, I know this might sound a little bit abstract, but there's a fascinating study mentioned in the book that shows you just how incredibly powerful this mental work can be. Okay, check this out. They took 3 groups of people to test their basketball free throw skills. The group that did physical practice every day improved by 24%. Makes sense. But look at this. The group that did 0 physical practice, they only visualized shooting free throws. They improved by 23%. The results are nearly identical. It proves mental practice is just as real as physical practice. And this illustrates a core principle of this whole idea. Your nervous system literally cannot tell the difference between a real, actual experience and one that you just vividly imagine. So when you vividly imagine success, your body and your entire nervous system start to react as if it's already happened, which starts wiring you for that very outcome. Okay, section 4, focus on the results. So we've just proved that visualization works, but, and this is a big but, there's a very specific way to do it correctly. And trust me, most people get this next part completely wrong. So the wrong way to visualize is to focus on all the little steps in between, worrying about what should I say first or how do I even begin. When you do that, you're just training yourself to be uncertain and hesitant. The right way is to visualize the final desired result. See the signed contract in your hand. Feel the handshake. Imagine them giving you their number. You have to focus only on that successful outcome.
Maxwell Maltz calls this thing in our mind a success mechanism. The best way to think about it is like a heat-seeking missile, or a torpedo that automatically seeks out its target. All you have to do is give it the right coordinates. The problem is, most of us, most of the time, are giving it the wrong ones. For example, if you walk into a party or a meeting and you're worried that people are going to judge you, well, you have literally set get judged as the goal for your success mechanism. And what happens? Your body responds. You start to look awkward, your hands get fidgety, and you act in a way that pretty much guarantees you fulfill that negative goal.
Okay, let's bring this all together in our last section. Section 5, your new operating system. The big idea here isn't just about learning a cool mental trick. It's about a completely new way of operating your mind. You have the power to consciously choose your goals. By taking control of your thoughts and your visualizations, you are giving your internal success mechanism a crystal clear, positive target to shoot for. You just have to recognize the old programming, decide on a new one, visualize that end state, and then, this is key, act from that new place of confidence.
Look, if you take away only one thing from this entire explainer, please let it be this. Your thoughts are not just thoughts. They are instructions. They are targets for your internal guidance system. So you've got to ask yourself, are the goals you're setting the ones that have you winning? So as we wrap this up, I'm just going to leave you with this question to think about. Right now, in this moment, and as you go about the rest of your day, what target are you giving your mind? Is it a target of failure and doubt? Or is it one of success and confidence? Because as we've seen, that choice is entirely up to you.